Hi, I'm Joan Sittenfield, and I've written a new and exciting book for actors called Ready, Set, Act. Win the race to show business success without losing your creative soul. And now I know there's a lot of books on acting out there, right? Some of them are the same books I used when I was in college. But there are two things that make this book unique and a must have for actors of all levels. Number one is my background and industry experience, and number two, the scope of the book. I'm presenting for the first time things that you need to know to have a career that will stand the test of time, things on a business, creative, and psychological level. Now, I started out as an actress and a dancer, and then I taught movement and acting on the university level. While doing that, I was coaching our students for their URTA and TCG auditions, and so I was asked to start a class in audition technique. That got me thinking that maybe I could be a casting director. And so I moved to Los Angeles, and that's exactly what happened. As an independent casting director, I cast programs like Taxi and The Jeffersons and worked on movies like Private Benjamin and Once Upon a Time in America. Then I was offered a terrific opportunity to become Senior Vice President of Talent and Casting for Universal Television, a position that I held for 9 years. In that capacity, I not only oversaw all of our television series, but over 100 pilots, as well as finding first jobs for people like Sandra Bullock and Christopher Noth and Patricia Clarkson. When I left Universal, I tried my hand at writing and producing. And then 15 years ago, I opened my own boutique style actor management firm. I wanted to be the kind of manager I would have wanted to have when I first started. Someone who could give me a blueprint, that could show me the best paths to take, as well as being my mentor, as well as trying to get me good jobs. I think that the whole purpose of this book is made even clearer because of my background. As a former performer and teacher, I understand acting and the creative process in a way that not many people in the industry do. Having been a casting director, I sat in those rooms and watched firsthand while actors did things that either enabled them to win the audition or to lose it. And as a studio executive, I was privy to the kinds of casting and programming decisions that have helped form our entertainment business today. I want this book to be a way that you can understand things that heretofore were completely inexplicable. Things like, what's a submission and how is it made? Why does one actor get an appointment and another doesn't? How do you take the ABCs of your training and turn them into a technique that you can use that will bring you back to why you wanted to be an actor in the first place? What are the 4 phases of preparing for an audition? What jobs are there and where are they? And what can you do to stop sabotaging yourself and get on with your career? I decided to do this as an ebook because things in our business are changing so rapidly that I wanted to be able to update them for you. For example, things in internet production have moved in the past year from practically 0 to 100%. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything in this book. To have a successful career in the commercially oriented worlds of Los Angeles and New York is a treacherous business, and it's not the one for everybody. But you have to have the information in order to make that kind of decision. At the end of the book, I've included thoughts by actors, things that they wish they had known when they first started out in the business, as well as little tidbits from casting directors and agents about what they've observed in their clients or what they've seen actors do in a room. I want this to be a book you can read through now and then refer to again and again as your career progresses. I want this to be also something that works for actors of all levels, whether you've just come out of a conservatory or you've been working for a while but want to move up the food chain a little bit, or if you need to reinvent yourself and make yourself current with the times. In order to give you a taste of what this book is about, I'm offering you a free and informative webinar. You know, I never knew what that word even meant until recently. And the topic? 10 tips to being a working actor in Hollywood. We'll talk about things like what's the difference between preparing for an audition and doing the kind of over-preparing that I refer to as going after a Kleenex with a sledgehammer. If you want more information about the webinar, please go to www.ready readysetact.net. I've written this book from my love of acting and from my understanding that knowledge is the power that you must have. It is a wonderful gift to be able to share yourself and your talent and your characters with others. But it's a gift that should not be taken for granted and needs to be handled carefully. I'm hoping that with this book, you can find that it's the gift that keeps on giving for the whole length of your career.